Okay, so I think we should be live. Let me just double check some things. Videos. Double check on the live on YouTube. Yeah, I think we're live. So, what I can do is I should be able to do this. There we go. Oh, hello June! This is my first stream, so hopefully it is working out well. Let me know if you can hear me. Like, I have tested the volume a bit, but I haven't really tested it out too much, I guess. I'm really kind of holding this together by duct tape, if that makes sense. So, leave. Yeah, if I do it like that, there we go. Okay, so it looks like everything sounds good. So, we should be good. Welcome to my Dragon Quest IX Let's Play. Hang on. There we go. G'day there, ladies and ledians. Welcome back to my Dragon Quest IX Let's Play. Last time, well, I guess first of all, this is live! I'm switching over to like a once per week kind of schedule, rather than 2 to 3 times per week. So, hello Shay! Yes, it is very nice to see everyone here. I honestly didn't expect too many people because the time zone, I guess. But it's nice to see everyone here. Yeah, so I'll be switching to probably like once a week. So this time next week I'll also be streaming. I can go like a bit. I can go maybe 2 hours earlier, or I could go 1 hour later, kind of thing. And the idea is that I do between 1 and 2 hours. So that's a bit of a time difference if people need to be, like if they need to shift the time zone, for example. Like I don't like the idea of like shifting my time for others, but if you know there's a lot of interest behind it, then I wouldn't mind helping it. You don't know much about Dragon Quest, that's fine. Yeah, Hero and Smash, that is fair. So, I'm playing Dragon Quest IX, and this hero isn't one of the playable characters. It's the one with the, like, almost like angel wings in the final Smash. Actually, I might still have the armor. This one. If that looks familiar. Like, next time you play Smash, look out for this guy, you know? Yeah, and that equipment is only wearable by the main character as well. These are our equipment. So, at the moment we're pretty tanky. If you have any questions about the kind of challenge run, you can ask. I've got the rules on the left. I've got the vocations available on the right. So it should be pretty self-explanatory, but, you know, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. Yeah, it's very interesting being live. Definitely different than just recording it off screen, you know. So I'll just like maybe wait 3 minutes and then we'll be good to go. But how is everyone going today? Or I guess tonight. It's gotta be like around what like 10 PM your time? Ish? Give or take. So, yeah. I also gotta get used to the delay between me speaking, you guys typing out a reaction, and then that being sent through, and then me reading that. I don't know how much of a delay that will be, so hopefully it's not too bad. 9 PM, 10 PM, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so I could shift it, say 2 hours earlier, if that is easier, or I could do 1 hour later if you're a bit of a masochist. But at the very least, I'm testing it out here, and if Yeah, and I guess in a way I don't want too many viewers, if that makes sense, because like I don't want the chat to go super fast. So maybe having a bad time is kind of better. Ultra delay is like 3 seconds delay. Interesting. Yeah, I did say delay, I didn't say option, but I didn't really know what it meant, so I just have it on normal. So that might be kind of slow. But this is a turn-based JRPG, so hopefully it's not going to matter too much. It's not like you need a direct input, you know? Low latency. Interesting, okay. So maybe next time I try that. I don't want to really fiddle around with any settings at the moment, but it's, you know, it works, you know, duct tape kind of system works. And you guys should be able to see your own chat on the left side as well. That took a bit of finagling. I'm doing this all on one monitor, so it's a it's a little bit scuffed, I guess. And I'm only doing like YouTube and OBS, so I'm not using any other software to have anything fancy, I guess. So what you see is what you get. But I think we are good enough to start continuing on. So, last time we have defeated the Leviathan of Poor Falafan, and made it to a new land, where we continue our quest. Now you might be a bit surprised by the title, but trust me, it will make sense. If you would like a bit of a recap on the story, I can give you that. But we are heading towards east of Dowbridge. Now, just gotta avoid the monsters. I'm a bit limited on the amount of experience I can get because of the level cap. So I'm not going to be fighting these monsters. Normally I would, to kind of showcase the each monster design at least once. But I'm kind of on an EXP budget. Oh, nice. Cleaning your room. Cleaning your room is always nice. I probably need to do that at some point. But let's see what items are here. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair for consoles. That's pretty good. Oh, what is here? Corundum. That could be used for alchemy later, I guess. I bet you have a fair amount of consoles, if you need to organize, right? I know that you were playing... Well, I don't know if you're like emulating on your computer, but I know you were playing Rumble on your Wii before. And obviously you do stream on Switch. So, I know you got at least those consoles. But yeah, probably a computer, maybe a few other things as well. But yeah, we are level 17, so we can only level up one level and be like before the next boss. So we kind of want to do it like just before the boss, if that makes sense. Alright, now we're down in the Lonely Plains. Showing around. Like, there are cool enemy designs here. In case you didn't know, Dragon Quest monsters and like character designs are by Akira Toriyama, the same guy that does Dragon Ball. Or that did Dragon Ball, rest in peace. But if this game reminds you of Dragon Ball, then that would be why. And in fact, there's some hairstyles in this game that are directly like from Dragon Ball characters. For example, one of the male options is you can get Super Saiyan hair. And I think for females you can get Bulma's hair. Males also get Android 17's hair, for example. And well, Krillin's hair is easy because it's just bald. But you know, like there's not too many character options in terms of creation, but we could potentially create you guys later on. Bit of everything. GameCube, Wii. Yep, Wii U. Oh yep, Wii U. Nice. Switch. Switch 2. PS2, wow. PS5. Game Boy, yeah, Game Boy Color. A little bit of everything, yeah, sounds about right. Yeah, my home's a bit more of a mess, so well, I do have those things. It's not really organized, and I think we've kind of given off the Nintendo 64 to my cousin, but we've had, let's see, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, Nintendo DS, 3DS. I got a Switch Lite. My other brothers have like their own Switch, but they're not with me at the moment. New 3DS XL and a Japan import 3DS. Oh, is that for like cheaper games maybe? I don't know. Or maybe some version exclusives, I wonder. But yeah, we had an N64. We've got a PlayStation 2. We got a Wii somewhere. A Wii U. I think that's about it. We didn't have GameCube or anything after PS2. Wait, gotta check the book. So, I'm kind of in the same boat of a little bit of everything, mostly Nintendo. The only non-Nintendo was the PS2. True. Yeah, 3D, okay, so the Japanese import because it was cheaper. That sounds about right. I think, yeah, the Switch 2 is definitely cheaper in Japan nowadays. So a cheaper 3DS sounds pretty good. I wonder if, is it like region locked? Oh, okay, yeah, you can use money to remove region locks. And yeah, so Shay, you have a 2DS. So the 3DS was like just before the 2DS, really. Like it's able to be closed down the screen, you know. I think the 2DS also removes the 3D nature of it, which isn't that bad because the 3DS kind of sucked, really. There might have been like one or two games I was like really good in, but for the most part it was useless. So, we will be getting this quest line for later. Ah, okay. Yeah, I can't really, I guess with the texting, it's hard to pick up on like sarcasm or jokes. So I guess if you are joking, maybe go with like a little haha or lol at the end, you know? Because it is a bit hard to tell, I guess. But we are accepting this quest because we need to be able to unlock a ranger later. We won't be able to do it now because we don't have anything in the knife skills. But that'll be a later thing. God, I realize that my throat's getting a bit parched at the moment. I probably should have planned around that, but maybe we take like a little break in the future so I can get a drink. At least for now, we're fine. More mini metal, always nice. Alright, we're in a battle, but I don't want to grind up too much, so you know what, we can battle them. Showcase the battle system a bit more. Normally you would have a full party, but I'm doing a kind of solo run. It was casual up until I could do the solo mode, but now I'm doing that. Considering getting a PS3 at some point, it's the same boat as Wii U, where it has games I want plus my older stuff with HDMI output. Yeah, I heard the PS3 is kind of like the forgotten child of the PlayStation series. So I guess it's similar to the Wii U in that regard. I wonder what kind of games you have, like, would have on the PS3. Very convenient to have HDMI output just because nothing really has AV ports these days. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not even sure if like modern TVs have like the older cable inputs or if it's just HDMI nowadays. But yeah, like, because I think some of the PS3 games were also on PS2, so I don't really know what's in the PS3 library. Yeah, Final Fantasy 13, that's fine. Yeah, so we gotta kill these birds later on, but we don't have the knife skill for it. Bloodborne and Infamous and stuff. Ah. Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah, so I didn't hear much about the PlayStation 3, but it seems that you guys are pretty interested in it, which is kind of news to me, really. Like, for me, the PS3 was kind of like the Wii U, from what I've heard. Like, it was okay for some people, but others kind of found it to be garbage. Oh god, I'm definitely running away from this one. Final Fantasy... The three Final Fantasy... There's 3 Final Fantasy 13 games? Is it like part 1, part 2, part 3 or something? Or is it like some kind of Kingdom Hearts thing where it's like Final Fantasy 13.5 or something? That's fair, majority opinion. Yeah, it's just what I've really heard. I haven't heard too much about it. I think this is the main way. And you know what we do with RPGs? If it's the main way, we go the other way for loot. Yeah, not sure. Yeah, like, it's weird to have like 3 versions of like a game, you know? It's not like a Pokemon thing where there's like different variations on it, right? Okay, we're gonna have to battle this, so... We've got enough healing items to get us through. I know I'm not doing much of the combat, but I will be grinding up just before the boss battle. The same storyline, but I think it's not specifically parts 1, 2, 3. Okay. More if you want more story. Ah, okay. So, kind of like some kind of DLC content, I guess. Hey. Yeah, so it's, I guess, almost like Kingdom Hearts. Like, I haven't played that series either, but I've heard there's like 1, 2, 3, but then there's like a bunch of like in-between titles. Which is a wild concept, really. Can we run? There we go. So, we'll pop one of these bad boys. Okay. Go up here. I have the first Kingdom Hearts on PS2, but I haven't played it yet. Yeah, so Kingdom Hearts, I've heard, is like really good. And I didn't really like hear about it back in the day, because like internet wasn't too much of a thing back then. Or at least in my household. I guess others had it a bit more. And so I didn't really get to learn about Kingdom Hearts until later. But it's a series that, like, you know, if I could go back in time, I'd like to give it a try, you know? Okay, so I thought we could climb up here, but we can't. Kind of waiting to decide if I want to play it on PS3 or just get the remasters on PS4. Yeah. There's a good chance they're gonna like, is there a remaster announced, or is it kind of speculation? Because modern games usually use your nostalgia against you, so I wouldn't be surprised if a remake is on the way. And who knows, maybe they'll do like a remaster trilogy. Okay. They released it a while ago. Interesting. Right, yeah. Sometimes like a remake or remaster really changes up how the original is played. So I fully understand that. Like, if they did a remake of this game, right? I'm not entirely sure how I'd go for it. Because, like, there's something really interesting about the charm in this game, you know? And like, there's not too many things I would want to have changed. So I don't know how much I would actually enjoy a remaster or a remake. You know, sometimes like a remaster or a remake is better, sometimes it's worse. Sometimes it's another kind of mixed bag, so I fully understand your opinion. Final Fantasy VIII. I love it so much, but people hate how it plays. Which one was 8? I'm not too familiar with Final Fantasy series. I played Final Fantasy X, but Final Fantasy VIII, was that the one with Cloud was 7. There was like some kid with like a lion tail or something, right? That might be 9. Which one was 8? Because I know that 8's pretty popular. Anyway, I love it so much, but people hate how it plays. I feel like Final Fantasy VII style remake of it could do good. Yeah, so remakes where it like really changes how it plays is interesting. True, gotcha. Yeah, Lion Tail was 9, and yeah, you don't want 3 versions of Final Fantasy VIII remake. That is fair. Like, when I heard the Final Fantasy VII remake was out, I'm like, oh, cool. Maybe I can get that, you know, one day. And then it was like kind of announced or something that it's like part 1 of 3, which is very interesting. Emo High School Whisker. Yeah, I'm not too familiar. What's like the official name that might ring a bell? Because I've heard people talk about it. I know that Titus or Titus is Final Fantasy X, and that's the one I tried out like last year or something, and I enjoyed that. I got to the point where you could do fast travel. Squall, yeah, that sounds familiar. Squall sounds familiar. I got to the point where I could do fast travel, and then I kind of dropped it. So I want to get back into Final Fantasy X. And the reason why I chose 10 out of all of them, like the remastered version by the way, so it's like on Steam. The reason why I chose 10 out of all of them is because I prefer more turn-based combat. Because I think Final Fantasy's got like a action turn-based or something, like real-time turn-based or something. It's kind of like a in-between. Hey, Meteosaurus! Welcome to my Dragon Quest IX Let's Play. I've never played Final Fantasy, but I had 7 running in my Steam library for like a decade. That is fair. I believe both versions of like the original and the newer versions on Steam, right? Like you can get some of the older ones, that's for sure. Yeah, it's weird for 4 to 9. They're turn-based but turns on a time. Yeah, that, like, I saw that and I'm like, oh, I'm not really interested in that. I would prefer, like, actual turn-based where you could like, really plan out your turns. Similar to Dragon Quest. So that's why I chose Final Fantasy X. So I gotta get back into it. Final Fantasy X is the best, I don't care what anyone says. Well, don't give any spoilers because I plan to go back to it at some point. I got to the point where you got fast travel, and then kind of fell off it. I got distracted, I guess. So, I gotta get back to it at some point. But I love the combat in that. And like the, I guess like progression with the sphere grid. That was so good. But like, just kind of the fact that the bust and debust were permanent, it makes it very interesting, that's for sure. So, Meteosaurus, how are you enjoying the Let's Play so far? I know you're kind of keeping track. Hopefully the challenge run rules make sense. I tried to make it as concise as possible. Yes. Yeah, Final Fantasy has to keep making more. Well, I think originally it was going to be the final one. It was like a kind of last hurrah, but then it did good. So people were like, you know what, we need more of it, and they're like, screw it, we're just gonna keep it with the same name so people can associate it with the brand or something. I'm still bagging somewhere in town, I think. Oh, yeah, gotcha. Yeah, because you were part of my team, but after your epic victory, which was very, very good, by the way, the way that you carried that battle, that was great. Yeah, you're off on your own adventure, roleplay-wise. So, we have made it to the end of this kind of dungeon. Relatively okay as well. So, I believe, yeah, we can, look, this questline, I'm not sure if you guys are too, I don't think you guys are too familiar with this, but this questline will unlock something called a grotto, which is kind of like a mini dungeon, and it has its own boss battles and kind of progression with it. But for this challenge run, I'm not going to be doing them because I haven't been accounting for those bosses. But maybe in the future I like do it or something. But I can do the quest to unlock it, but I'm not going to do it. I got the Pixel Remaster collection of 1 to 6 and need to get back to playing those. Yeah, I love it when there's like a collection of games as a remaster, you know? It makes it very nice, especially if you haven't played those games. So, we have made it to the Heights of Loneliness. Now, Mediasaurus, would you say that this area looks familiar? While you're kind of thinking on that answer, I'm going to quickly go get a drink. I probably should have planned it beforehand, but we be chillin'. So I'll just be back in 2 minutes in case anyone joins. Okay, I am back. Sorry about that. Let's see. So, Persona. Yeah, I haven't played Persona. I was thinking about buying Persona 5 like the other month when it was on sale on Switch, but I've heard that it's kind of grindy. But I've heard Persona 5 is really good, so maybe I'll give it a try sometime. Let's see, is this where we all died? No. No, we didn't do any combat here. This is where I was doing my singing, or doing supersonic. Because we were getting the nursery rhyme from the old ladies, so that we could track down Brigadoon. We also had an encounter with the White Knight here, just to kind of chat. But, you know, it might jog your memory as we go around. But as you can kind of see, it's all made out of stone. So it's a bit of a mystery what is happening, you know? Like, did this place get transported? Did it get petrified? What happened here? We got a bit of a mystery to uncover. But before that, because we have effectively unlocked this area as a fast travel point, what we're going to do is we're going to take a mini break back at Stornway, rest up, and this game has a character creation, so I will be able to try and create June and Shay. Shay I can probably do from memory because I've seen your face on your live streams. But when it comes to June, you're going to have to tell me which options are your style, really. So, we're going to stay at one of the best girl, Erin's place. 5, 3, 4 for Persona. Oh, okay. Gotta give it a try sometime. I bought 3 FPS, was gifted 5 Royal. Okay, I think it's like a Persona. Was gifted 5 Royal and played that first, played 3 Fez. Haven't done the answer yet. Played 3 Relayed, then Persona 4 Golden. Yeah, so I'm not sure what Fez means. I'm guessing it's like some kind of like mini title of it. But that sounds interesting. I gotta give the Persona series a try. I got Shin Megami Tensei 5 on Switch. I didn't get too far into it because I didn't really gel with the combat. So I know that Persona is similar to that. But, you know, maybe because people have really been talking about Persona 5, I can give that a try sometime. I'm not sure if I'll be able to stream it. My computer's like not the best. So, who should we make? I think it stands for festival, not sure. Fair enough. 3 Reload is better than the original in my opinion. The full animation touch-up does the game so much more justice than on the Switch than PSP, I'm guessing. Fair enough. Sorry, not the Switch, Xbox. Okay. Yeah, I haven't looked too much into the Persona series, but if I was to try one, I'd probably try 5, because that's what I've heard the most about. Alright, so, we'll do Shay first. What kind of vocation are you feeling? It doesn't matter too much, I guess. But, you know, let me know. We won't be able to turn you into a gladiator off the bat, but, you know, which of these base classes kind of suits you? Minstrel is like a bard, if that makes any sense. I've been Switch obsessed lately, haha, and P3P is Persona 3 Portable. Oh, okay. Interesting. And each has their own story, so you can start wherever you please. Very nice. Yeah, I like that with disconnected games. It's like Dragon Quest as well, where you can kind of start wherever. I like 4 the most. I felt like connection to the characters I don't really feel often in games. Ooh. It is always good when you can connect with the characters. A thief or a minstrel. Let's put you as a thief then, shall we? Alright. I'm guessing male. So... God. From memory... Well, I can't really tell because you're like, probably sitting down. So... I'm hoping that you're a tall boy. So... God, you can get really short. While you guys talk about Persona, I'll be trying to make Shay. I'm gonna go with body type 2 and tall and skinny. Okay, so this is tall and chunky, so we'll go tall and skinny with type 2. There we go. Now, which hair? Do you want the Goku hair? You want the Android 17 hair? Let's see. from memory, you got like very long and skinny hair. So this is probably the closest. Otherwise, we can go this one. You reckon Android 17 here? Or do you think, whatever this is? Give me the long hair. Yeah, I think this is the closest we have to long hair. And then it's black or brown, I believe, right? If we get more viewers, I won't be making everyone. But, you know, I can at least make you two. I've already made me this first. So, you know, I'm gonna go for a bit. Oh, okay. I still have a bit of a mess organized. That is fair. I guess we can make you later if you start working. So we'll just make Shay for now and then we'll continue on. So, Shay, are you black hair, brown hair? Or are you like, you're not like a silver hair, are you? Brown wax. Okay. Easy. Now, which of these eyes fits you? You can tell me like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then, you know, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. God. I mean, 2's pretty simple, right? But we could try like a 4? Maybe 9? 5? 2? Yeah. I think 2 works. And then I think you look pretty, I guess, pale, but it could be also the lighting. But I think like these colors are a bit awkward, so I might just go with this one because I think this is closest to like a white skin tone. So hopefully that works. And then I'm guessing your eye color doesn't change compared to your hair color, so we'll go brown. Pale as possible. Wow. Okay. You might need to see the sun sometimes, you know? You know, we dig it. We don't judge. So, we got Shay. I believe this works for you, right? I think this works. There you go. However, you will not be joining my team. Sorry about that. But hopefully I did a good job of making you. Now, we gotta organize our healing items. There we go. Yeah, cool. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, the reason why we're using these special antidotes... Yeah, you can still suffer around the end. We don't need to... Ooh, Fernandez! Hello! It's nice to actually meet you. But the reason we are using the special antidotes is because we are one person. We don't need to worry about paralysis because we can't use a healing item if we're paralyzed. And this is also a pretty cheap and effective healing. 90 HP is a fair amount. And it cures poison, which is always nice. But Fernandez, it's nice to meet you. You're more into Dragon Quest than Pokemon, so it's nice to get some variety here. How are you? I'm guessing you're, like, because you're more into the Dragon Quest side of it, at least on the comments. And hello, Cubone. It's great to see you. It's been a while since we've been able to chat. Yeah, unable to chat. Gotcha. All good. Don't talk about paralysis right now. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Don't know what's happening in your life, but luckily we don't need to. Oh, after stadium. Gotcha. Anyway, welcome, Cubone. It's great to see you, but I understand if you are not able to chat too much. But you know, you're also my one of my moderators, so I hope you're keeping everyone in line, you know. But anyway, Fernandez, are you like a huge Dragon Quest fan? Have you played 9 or 11 or 8 or anything? I am very curious because it's hard to really strike up a conversation with you, I guess, through YouTube. You can join my Discord. It's not really, well, it is kind of my Discord, but it's not like my own personal Discord, I guess. But yeah. Don't worry, Cuban, we got Neo also helping out with the moderation. I doubt people will be too rowdy, but you know, if you guys start causing a ruckus, I might have to end the stream a bit early. So, we're just going to level up to level 18 before we take on this next boss. But yeah, I have no idea, like, who you are, Fernandez, really. Like, what's your time zone? You know, where are you from? In case you couldn't tell, I'm Australian. Got that Aussie accent. It's not like in the movies where it's like the whole "good day," shrimp on a barbie kind of thing. Like we don't say that. But yeah, this is my my first live stream, so I hope everyone's doing okay and that the stream is doing okay. So if you can, I thought you have enjoyed it. Fair, gotcha. Well, I mean, I don't want to go into the lore about Ladies Man too much. Maybe I cover Ladies Man in a Pokemon Link sometime as a special episode. Okay, we've leveled up to level 18. Yeah, we do say drop there. That is, interesting, isn't it? Oh, we have enough points to get something interesting. So, what was I kind of saying? Yeah, so, you know, Fernandez, he might be interested in lurking, which is totally acceptable. But I would like to, you know, learn a bit more, because you were pretty interested in my Dragon Quest series. So, for like, drinking, like some water, I'm not used to talking this much, and I did my Pokemon D&D last night, so I'm a little bit tired of talking, but I'm doing it for you guys, so you just gotta bear with me as I take a sip every now and then. So, we have a bit of a dilemma with the skill points, really. We can choose to get this up to 32, which will get us more HP throughout the entire run. Or we could save it for either like the fisticuffs, which I plan to use as my weapon of choice. Neo Wolf, nice to see you. You're taking a leaf out of Cardboard Cubone and being a moderator that's in my live stream, which is good, but hopefully there isn't any chaos going on in the SPC. It should be fine, but you never know. Yeah, it's pretty good, I guess. I did not expect to get this many. I expected to get me one person, so I wouldn't have to talk as much. But I'm not going to complain about it. So, yeah, we could spend the points into Fist, which will be my weapon of choice, because that can be used by any vocation. And we can get a fair amount into this. Or I could, like, save it for another class. I'm kind of thinking, though, that since we are not able to get back into Gladiator, it would be nice to spend the points to get whatever we can from Gladiator. Gonna show up and show out. Interesting. I haven't heard that phrase before. Yeah, Neo. Hello, yeah, everyone's here. It's pretty good. Yeah, so I'm kind of thinking we just go into Gladiator, because we can use something like Priest or Mage for stockpiling points for, like, other stuff. So, getting HP and potentially Strength later on, if we survive that far, I don't think we will, would be pretty good. We probably won't spend more than necessary, so we can keep 2 points for later. So, like, plus 20 HP, across the board, like, this carries over to other vocations. So, I think this is pretty worthwhile. And double up ability is, I believe, like, increases our attack but decreases our defense. So it is risky. Probably something we won't be using because we are the only target. And so it's effectively just more damage to us. So I don't think it's really worth it. But the 20 HP is pretty good. Like, you know, so if we go back to Priest, right? We got plus 10 HP, plus 10 strength, and then plus 20 HP. So it's basically a level 1 priest with plus 30 HP and plus 10 strength. You know? So that's kind of how this challenge works. Because we got an 8 level cap and we can only use each vocation once, we can effectively use each vocation as a way to increase the strength of further vocation. It's American for showing up to the bash and giving it out. Oh, okay. I thought it was gonna be like, you're gonna shut up or something. I'm like, oh, okay. But, showing up to the bash and giving it all. Yeah, so for Australia, we call that, fair dinkum. You know, giving it a fair go. So, it's probably easier than gotta show up and show out. Just say fair dinkum. But, you know, fair dinkum is also, like, fair enough, I guess. So, if there's any objections to me putting the points into Guts, please let me know. But I think having extra health for all vocations sounds pretty good. You know? Like, it is a lot of points. We got 18 points, so it could easily go, like, towards progressing Fisticuffs or the Shield skill when we get a class of that. So, I don't think there's really a wrong way to spend points, but I'm just thinking that we're not really needing the Priest or the Mage skills too much. So, we could potentially have them for, like, other stuff, you know? So I'm kind of aiming towards putting the points into this. Get some extra health just before our boss battle. Wish I had some extra health in Stadium. Yeah, extra health in JRPGs is pretty good. Because you can think of your health as a resource, really. You know? So it's kind of resource management. Alright, if there's no objections, I'm going to be putting the points in. I'm going to lock it in. I'm going to give you 5 seconds. Alright, we're going to lock it in. Plus 20 max HP just before our boss battle. If we can keep Gladiator going for a fair amount, then that means that future vocations will be stronger. So, we'll get out of here, rest up again, and then we'll take on our boss battle. We get 3 attempts at this boss battle before we... I'm gonna eject because he took so long. Sorry. But we're moving on. So, we're gonna go rest up at Stormway again because it's very cheap. Then we're going to have 3 attempts at this next boss battle. Story-wise, there isn't much story for this place, but basically, we just know that there's another Fig of Ygdrasil there, so we're going to go and get it. It's a very easy spot to miss on your playthrough, but I have played this game before, so I'm good. I have an idea of what we can do if we fail on this first attempt though. Because I'll still have 2 more lives and I could potentially get better gear. We're not Warrior at the moment, we are Gladiator, which is a bit different. Warrior's a bit more strength and defense. The Gladiator is more strength and health. But ideally, if we can keep the Gladiator around for a long time, it makes our future vocations better. So, this is really the only spot we can go to. So, what's going on here? Why is this place up on this mountain of all places? Hello there, slime. So, the story is that there was someone that loved their hometown of Zir so much that he dedicated building a sculpture of the entire town dedicated to memory on top of a mountain. He sculpted an entire town from memory. Everyone that's looking, you know, this is all from memory. Wolf, I know you're a bit of a craftsman, so I think you can appreciate how crazy this is. You know, being able to remember every single detail about people and the location. Sorry, of like all the windows and everything. It's crazy. But, you know, the old man did die, right? And I believe he wanted to see one of the grannies from the town one more time. And so as he was dying, he ate a fig. And like with the figs, you get essentially like 1 wish. Sorry about that. You essentially get 1 wish with the fig, and then that kind of creates like a monster or something. Like it's a very unintended consequence. So the mason wanted to have a protector of this sculptured town, so that, you know, it doesn't get destroyed. And so by eating the fig just before he dies, right, he has created this guardian to protect the town. So, it's our job to battle this gargoyle to get the Fig back. So let's see how we go. This is a very defensive monster. Okay. And he can attack twice, which is nasty. That is very nasty indeed. He did 2 attacks. Okay, let's give it a try. Magic Bait, that is fine, we don't care about spells. Getting coup de grace early is always good. Hey, we got to level 100. Intention. Which means that our next attack is going to be a super powerful attack. So, we need to heal up before we die. He's increasing his tension a bit. Magic Barrier, that's fine. I don't care about that. You guys ready for a super attack? Claptrap. Hey, we got a little bit of dodge. Always nice. So far, we're doing good. That's good damage. I didn't look up how much health this guy has, so it's a bit up in the air, but that was good damage. We dodged, avoided the that's a bit rough. Okay, we might need to heal up. Kabuff. That's what I'm worried about, because he can increase his defense. So... Hey, we got another coup de grace. That's fine. I prefer if he did do that attack more often because it's an AoE and they usually deal less damage. Can we get to 100? We got to 100 again! I'll take it! Given the initiative order, because we are slow, I'm going to focus on healing. Okay, he did not want to attack. Defense returns to normal, so I didn't want to attack during while he was buffed as well, so now we do another super strong attack. Here we go! We are doing good damage. We are having a good battle this battle, you know? Okay, not too bad. Okay, we might need to heal next turn. Overall, we are doing okay. Okay. Heal just in time. Although it heals around 90 HP, I believe it's no, it's not impacted by a magical man because we have 0. So, I don't know why we healed more than 90 HP, but I'm not going to complain. Okay. Depends what he does. We should be fine for another claptrap. Okay, we're going to need him to do 1 attack and then like literally anything else. No! That was a bit rough. We had a pretty good chance at it. Like we got some good coup de grace, but we weren't able to fully do it. So what I'm going to do is, so that we don't lose all our gold in dying multiple times, we are going to the next town to get better equipment. And then that should increase our chances of surviving. Because if we can increase our defense a little bit, you know, then we can maybe survive a bit more. It'll make healing a bit easier throughout the battle. So, like, we had good luck, but unfortunately, our equipment wasn't up to par. So, we're going to the next town, getting good equipment, and then we're going to try again. It was unfortunate because I think we're doing pretty good. I don't know how much health he has, but we got 2 Claptrap at like tension 100, which is insane. So if we can just increase our equipment a little bit, we should be fine. Oh, what items we got here? Waker open. It's anti-sleep. But yeah, technically we could be doing this boss, like this kind of area, and like kind of progressing and doing that gargoyle later. But I'm gonna count the gargoyle as our next actual boss battle to battle. As I kind of mentioned a while ago, I am using a Ashen Replay code for 4 times the gold, because we are effectively getting 4 times the intended experience, and experience is limited, so I want to be able to use, I want to be able to buy healing items and equipment when I need to. It doesn't mean I have unlimited gold, but, you know. Do you only do boots? Wow. That's cool and all, but these getter are so good because we were able to dodge 1 attack, right? And that was because of this 1.5% evasion chance, and it gives a bit of defense. You know, I'd be happy with just evasion chance, but having a bit of defense is always good. 1276, is that the HP of the boss? We did about almost 400 per those 2 coup de grace, right? So I think we're actually kind of close. Which isn't too bad. God. We're gonna need a lot of gold. What's the armor looking like? Maybe we just focus on the armor. We can't really get a shield. Heavy armor. The silver mail. Oh god. What else can we get? That's it. So that's a +9 defense. It is limited in vocation though, so it's not a good investment. This is better, but it's even more limited. Well, we can't really use minstrel class anyway. Heavy armor would be, I guess, good. Depends on when we use warrior, so... I think defense is the way, rather than like a new sword. Because it's easier to manage if we take less damage, and then we can just heal a bit more frequently, you know? Or at least, like, less frequently, but have more chances to heal, in case things like that happen again. So, I'm thinking we get the heavy armor. Like, all this stuff would be cool, but it is very expensive. Yeah, I'm gonna get the heavy armor. Okay. So, next time we battle that guy, we should be better suited for the battle. Now we can only bring in 8 healing items at a time for a battle, so we need to make sure that we are fully stocked up. It also means that there is a limit to how much healing we can do. I might need to increase the gold multiplier higher, because we almost get the 1 to 2 levels from the previous boss, and so we don't get much chance to actually grind for gold. But we'll see how we go. But if he's got 1276 HP, we should be good. We'll see how much this increased defense impacts the battle for our second attempt. We still get one more attempt before we need to change vocation and grind up again, you know? I love how he's just chilling. Like, we could technically leave, but we need to battle this guy. Alright, round 2, we got better armor, so let's see. Alright, let's just see what he does with a basic attack. Well, not bad. He did have high attention, so it was a bit more damage. A crit. That's about a 10 of his health, which is good. That's a bit more manageable. We're still taking a fair amount of damage. So we can't do anything with a shield. I kind of need him to not attack twice. You know what? We play it safe. Oh yeah. Okay, he's not buffed anymore, so he likes to buff. I would prefer if he does one buff and then attack rather than 2 attacks. That's like mathematically better for us. Either you misread the health initially, or you're trying to have an update on the health. If it's an update on the health, I do appreciate it. I guess like part of the charm is not knowing when the battle is going to end, but if I was really focused on it, then I would be able to calculate it. But let's get some Claptrap, because it's 20% more damage. Here we go. That's good. You know, if it's around 50 per pop, you know, it shouldn't take too long to destroy him. Okay, we might need to heal. If we try to heal around half health, I feel like that's good. We're doing okay. Ah, you misread the HP the first time. That means we were really close the first time, because we got around like 300 or 400. It was close to 400, I think. So we were really close. Okay. That's good damage. So I feel like we can keep this up. As long as we try to heal up whenever around half health, we should be fine. Okay, we're doing alright. Magic Barrier. We literally do not care about Magic Barrier at all. Okay, this is doing a lot better. Maybe it was the defense buff, or maybe it's my tactic. Yeah, that one's gonna hurt. We need to heal up. Don't wanna risk it. Alright, we're doing pretty good. We are limited to the amount of claptrap we can do, but we may as well do it, you know? Get the battle over and done with a bit quicker. Ooh. Kinda close. We need another heal. We're running low on heals as well, so I hope we're close. Cutting it very close there. Only 2 more claptraps. Okay. Not too bad. I'm probably not going to save it for the coup de grace because I don't know when we're going to get one. I feel like we're very close, so I'm just going to go for another claptrap. Come on. This is actually very scary because if he attacks twice, we're gone. If he does literally anything else, we should be fine. So, what are the odds that he just attacks twice? It's decent, I guess, but we don't really have much of a choice. Are you kidding me? We were so close! We were so close. I believe. It would have been closer if we got a coup de grace or more crits, but I promise I'm not throwing for content, you know? Okay. We're also, yeah, very low on money, so we can't really buy much. We should have enough items to try again. We got a few. So we'll have to buy herbs before we wipe out in case we lose a lot of money. For... I guess we can grind up a bit of money for the next time. But we'll need to buy a little bit and make some more good healing items. I just need to go to the toilet, so I'll be back in, say, 2 minutes or so. So if anyone joins, just let them know I'll be back in a few minutes. Alright, I am back. I'm sorry for abandoning you, Neo. Had to go see about missing, fair enough. But I am back. You guys had each other, you were fine. Alright. We have one more attempt before we need to change vocation. Maybe I got a bit too greedy, I guess. But we also didn't get a coup de grace, which would have really impacted the battle. Oh wait, no. What am I doing? I gotta get more healing items. Play Dragon Warrior on the NES. Ah, yeah. Yeah, so in terms of Dragon Quest, I've only really played a bit of Dragon Quest 3. Obviously Dragon Quest 9. And I think about halfway or so in Dragon Quest 11. There's something about long JRPGs where I go about halfway and then kind of just forget about it. Or like lose interest, I guess. Alright, so for our healing items, we just need medicinal herbs. We'll get about 20. And we just need some antidotal herbs, and we gotta combine them. It's a very cheap way to get 90 health. I don't know if there's a better recipe we could use. Yeah, whatever. So now we gotta alchemize it, combine them together, get some more healing items, and then we should be able to give it a try. I feel like we were very close on that one. Someone can like go back and do the math on the damage we've dealt. If he's got like 1054 HP, you know, we should have been very close. So we need strong antidote. Dragon Quest Builders. So when I got my Switch Lite, Dragon Quest Builders 2 was one of the games I was interested in playing. So I did get that for a little bit, and then I realized that I am not a very creative person. I also got Mario Maker 2, but I basically returned both those games because I'm not a very creative person. Like when I played Minecraft back in the day, I was a dirt hut kind of guy. Like I didn't really build a house. It was just like a little dirt cube. So when it comes to creative sandbox games, I'm actually not that good at it, if that makes sense. So now we can combine these strong antidotes into special antidotes, which are the most effective healing for a cheap price. Again, we don't need to worry about paralysis, it's just poison, so we don't need to upgrade it any further. We can make a few more of these. There we go. Right, we got enough for this battle, and I guess a little bit for later on. Alright. Everyone in chat, put a prediction. Am I going to beat this gargoyle on the third try? It's been close, but it can go either way, really. So I guess we'll figure it out. Special antidote. There we go. Get rid of these antidotal herbs. That's not going to do anything for us. But it's a really 50-50 matchup. It could go either way. If we had enough money for a better sword, you know, we'd definitely have an advantage. But we do not. So it's a really 50-50 chance. The thing is, I don't want to like give up on Gladiator just yet. I want to at least get one more boss out of the way. Increase the level cap to 20 before going to the next vocation. So I'll give you guys a little bit more time to just kind of think about what you like. If you think I can beat this guy, but after every boss, I'm increasing the level cap by 2, so that will impact my future vocations as well. So I want to be able to defeat this guy on this attempt, get the level cap to 20, and then when I need to change vocation, I can effectively get more skill points and get stronger overall. So the more of these guys I can beat, the better. And also because each vocation is effectively a life, the more I can do without losing a vocation, the more lives I have for later on, which is always good. Alright, Neowolf, you were thinking of changing your mind. You got this. So I'm not sure if you changed your mind to believe in me, or or if you were thinking of changing, and then you're like, nah, you got this. Alright, let's just start off with some Claptrap. Okay, not too bad. The thing is, if he does 4 attacks in a row, we're kind of screwed. What are the odds he does 4 attacks in a row? Like, I don't want to use a healing item just yet, but we could if I need to. See, because he likes to use Magic Barrier and like the buff also increases tension and attack. If he does the AoE, it has less damage. So the odds of me getting hit like 4 times before the end of the next round are pretty low, but not 0, right? I don't know if the AI has good intelligence. But I feel like healing now is almost a waste. You know what, I was greedy before, so I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to use a healing item. Okay. We need him to do alternate stuff. Yeah, see, so if I didn't do that, we probably would have just died right there. This is awkward. Like every time we're at like 2/3, if he does 4 attacks in a row, we can't really do it, you know? So it is awkward, like the odds of him doing it again though. I'm a gambling man, maybe? Do I gamble? Do I risk it? Do I be safe? Because if I'm in this loop of being at 2/3 health, I'm going to go through my healing items so quickly, and I'm not going to be able to deal much damage. So it's more of a case of like, when does the loop break? It's a very tense moment, even though we've barely begun. Oh boy. I say he's not going to attack 4 times in a row. Sure, he doesn't do it again, right? He does like a little buff. He does a magic barrier or something. We're going to change up our strategy and risk it a little bit. See? Okay. Kabuff. Tension. Okay, that is fine. Next time we're just gonna heal up because he's gonna do a bit of damage to us. It's gonna be a strong attack. If he does 2 attacks, we're fine. So healing up now is fine. Yep. Predicted. Alright. Let's keep up the cut trap. Doing alright. I like this percentage of health more than I like the other one. Magic Barrier, that does literally nothing. Defense returns normal. Great. We love that. Tension at 20 though. That's nutty. Because if he increases it again, he's at 50. And then if he attacks us a lot of damage... And then it's potentially... Is it potentially going to be rough on the next turn if he attacks twice again? We can... We might defend. Okay. We got rid of his tension and we were defending, so it's not as bad. So I think that was a pretty reasonable outcome. That's fine. If we can get him to do the Earthquake, that's literally a-okay with me. But now at the point where we've got to use another healing item. Okay. We're doing alright. We're a bit low on HP. Ah, shiny hunting. That's fine. You got this? I like to believe I do. If we can get a good coup de grace or a crit, we definitely have a better chance. But at this point in the game, I'm just going to save my MP. He's at 20 tension. Okay, coup de grace. Ooh, okay. And a crit. Hey, you gotta say it to believe it, you know? You gotta say it to make it happen. So he doesn't have tension. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 healing items. We're gonna get a coup de grace, so I think we are going to heal. Predicted. Alright, now we can get our coup de grace. Hopefully we get to level 100, but we at least get to level 50. Here we go. 20, 50. Ah, we didn't get to 100. Super Clap Trap. Ah, but it could buffed. Which, not too bad. That attack is fine. Here we go. Yeah, it's not as much damage as I would like, because he did buff up his defense a little bit. But it's better than nothing. So we're at the point where we gotta start using another healing item. We are running a bit low on healing items. Okay, not too bad. We can probably take another attack. As long as he doesn't do 4 attacks in a row, we are fine. If he does 4 attacks, we're just unlucky, you know? I can't really play around that too well. Okay. Yeah, that is fine. Next time we just pop another heal. The thing about Gladiator is that we are slow, and so we gotta use our items reactively, not proactively. We can go for one more Clap Trap, and then we'll save one more in case we get a coup de grace, or if we have a last hurrah. Last hurrah isn't really a mechanic, I'm just saying, like, if we have no option, we got one last trick up our sleeve. Okay, buff. Not great. I do like the tremors though, because that's like not that much damage. So, we just attack, really. Tension's a bit high. Tension is indeed a bit high. We only got 2 more healing items, so here we go. Increasing his defense a lot is nasty. It's gonna take forever to wear off, and we're not gonna deal much damage. We could potentially just defend for a bit. It's risky, really. We could defend for a bit, wait for the buff to wear off, maybe we get a coup de grace, and then attack with our final claptrap when the defense wears off. But there's no guarantee of when we'll get a coup de grace. And I don't know how long his turns are going to be up, and if we can survive that long. We've only got one healing item. Is anyone paying attention to the HP? Like, am I close to about 1,000? Or am I, like, you know, about 300 off? This is rough. Any suggestions? I'm open to ideas. We can defend and then potentially counterattack, or we can keep going and see how we go. Those are only two options. Like, we could double up, but I wouldn't want to do that. We don't have any spells. We've only got one more healing item, so we don't have too much HP to spare. We could defend, we could attack. Ugh. It doesn't seem close. That is not good news to hear. Do we try and counterattack? Like, defend, get a coup de grace, maybe a coup de grace, like, tension 100, critical hit, claptrap would deal a good, say, 5 to 600 if his defense is, like, you know, return to normal. That could do it. But a lot of things need to go in my favour for that to happen. This is why I love turn-based RPGs, because you can really strategize, really. It's kind of like why I like the battle style of Pokemon. Defend, get coup de grace, hope for a crit, claptrap. That would do it if his defense is low. Like, if it returns back to normal. But with 2 stacks of defense, we're not going to deal much damage, and if we're not close to the 1,000 mark, we're not going to be able to do it. So I feel like defending and potentially counter-attacking is our way to go. Oh god, this is so tense. I'm not even doing anything. Let's defend for 1 turn and kind of see what happens. Because I don't want to wait too long for my coup de grace, because we need to be able to use it and then attack. And we need to be healing all the way, so we don't have too many turns to spare. I'm going to defend for 1 turn, see what happens. Okay, not bad. So we can defend for a fair bit, get rid of the buff on the enemy, then we'll deal damage, but no matter how we slice it, it is going to be very close. The thing is, we are 1 person, so we can't just defend forever. Let's go for an attack, see how much damage we deal. Yeah, that's not much. The more damage we take, the higher chance our coup de grace is of happening. So, if I use my turn to heal, take some damage, maybe coup de grace, hopefully his defense returns to normal, and then next turn, claptrap, critical hit, coup de grace, like tension 100. That should be good. So let's give it a try. Defense is normal, but we didn't get a coup de grace. I'm also seeing that my concurrent viewers went down to 0 for a moment. Maybe I had a bit of an internet issue, but either that or you all decided to quit out at the exact same time. I doubt that, but... Alright, we don't have any more healing items, so it all comes down to this. We dodged the attack! We dodged the tensioned up attack. That is huge for us. That's one attack we don't need to worry about. We can do it. That 1.5% evasion chance was really clutching up. 34. Tension returns to normal. Please, a crit! We don't really have many more turns, so we gotta go for a final claptrap. Still here. Thank you, media service. We did it! We did it! Oh my god, that was so intense! We were so close. I guess all that strategizing... Was it worth it? I don't know, like... We were so close to that. I mean, I couldn't really tell, it doesn't show the health. So if I was like calculating it as we're going along, we would have done it. But, oh my god, we did it. Let's go! That was so intense. I'm here, I just don't know this game, so I don't want to give bad advice. That is also fair. I understand that. But, oh my god. Like, this is kind of a chump in the actual game. Like, with a full party, this guy's pretty easy, right? But doing a 1v1 like this was so intense. Like, you had to, you saw how I had to use my healing items like that. This was insane. Oh my god. Yeah, we get to level 19. Always appreciated. We didn't get any more skill points. Because it's like you get skill points for 2 levels and then you skip. We got a lot of gold. Terrible tattoo, that's fine. Hey, and you found shiny Capsicum. That is good luck in it all around. Yeah. I said it just before you typed it. At least I before I read it. Oh. So, we are Celestrian, so we are able to see the spirits of the dead. So, we're able to help get this guy moving on to the afterlife. And that was the Mason guy that was building all of this. Sculpting all of this by memory. Gotta be one of the smartest guys in all of anime, right? Or in all of games. Well, Shay, looks like Meteosaurus might be potentially interested in trading. Probably not though. Who knows? It's way better if you like find your own, I guess. Like that's kind of the appeal of shiny hunting. Yeah, so this guy just kind of explains what happens. He ate a fruit while wanting the place to be protected. So the Guardian was kind of formed. But now that we've dealt with him, we get the fig back. Also, what I can do is I can update the numbers. So level cap is now 20 and the boss defeated. We had done 7. There we go. There we go. Oh man, that boss battle. That was rough. Which also means we get 3 attempts at the next boss battle. So the title with the Celestrian Repo versus like a Goo'd boy was actually kind of true, because we were, we were trying to take back the Fig as a Celestrian, and we had to battle. Well, we didn't have to battle a slime, but there was a slime in the area, so I think that kind of counts, right? I don't want to be accused of clickbait or anything, but I think that's a reasonable title. But we did it! Oh god, that was... yeah. I don't know how close we got on the other attempts, but it must have been very close as well. So I think that's going to be where we wrap it up. I'm going to try and do this again next week. I can go like maybe an hour earlier, or I can go after 2 hours earlier, or I can do 1 hour later. Maybe I try about an hour earlier, so same time next week, but an hour earlier. How does that sound for people? But god damn, this was my first live stream, so hopefully ending it isn't too bad. But in any case, that is going to be it for today's live stream. I would like to thank you for watching, everyone that was able to make it. If you weren't able to make it, or if you wanted to watch this later, you can go ahead and leave a comment down below. I do ask for comments. I don't really ask for likes or subscribes, but definitely if you enjoyed it, let me know down in the comments below, and I hope to see you guys next week. But I do understand if you're not able to make it. So, I don't know too much about ending the stream, so I'm just going to try and wrap it up here, and hopefully it's all good. So, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys later.